prime time, and it is all about maintaining a strong grip.
Yep. We is on now. On live. Living with GDP. Fucking with Blue, man. Feel me? We got Blue in the building tonight, man. You know what I mean? Man, Blue, man, it's been a minute, man. You know, since we got together, man.
Too many of them.
You know, how my brother doing, man? Tell me what's going on with you.
Real talk. It's hard out here, man, but I'm blessed, man. Whenever I wake up, I'm blessed, man. I'm just the happiest you can ever be by waking up. You know what I mean?
Juiced. You feel me? That's what's up, man. You know, you've been gone all that time, man, and it's like, man, you back now. You know, like how is it? What's the, you know, I know you excited. You know what I mean? It's like you free, but like, you know, but like just, man, like just damn, how does it feel, man? Like, you know, when you wake up in the morning, like, do you just scream and be like, yes?
I just know that I appreciate all my blessings to a billion degree, and I just give all glory to Yahweh because I know everything that come good come from Him. Right. And it's just the best. So just waking up in the morning, just like the bad days, the worst days, some days is worse than some days be worse. But at the end of the day, I find that happy spot because I know that, you know what I'm saying, everything in life really a lot is just lessons. And for us to be able to expand in this life while we still here, to be able to just live out our blessings from passing the lessons. So it's just like, man, it's beautiful, man. It's beautiful that we all have life still. If you could take a breath right now, man, it's the best feeling in the world.
So, you know, being that you know, and brothers that's trying to get out, you know, like, and I know how, like, over the few days we've been talking and how it thrives you and motivates you to want to see them get home. Like, what's the movement with that, and how is that? How you think that's gonna work?
I know for a fact that it's a mindset. So if it was a mindset to get people in prison, it was something that captivated a person to go in that direction. And I just feel like that mindset is nothing just a change of thought. And as we grow older, especially in the inner city and community, we really forget who we are. We forget the teachers that come from our family because we living out in the real world. It's all kind of animals in there. So either you go be the bear, the lion, the zebra, the sheep. So a lot of our morals go away to some degree. But at the end of the day, who we are still in us. We just got to find that person who we're supposed to be in the beginning, who God put us here to be, and trust in that and walk in that. And I just feel like as long as you're doing that and you staying focused every day, doing everything you're supposed to do, your blessings will come.
Right. Okay. So now that you're on the right track, take us back to the little Blue. What was the little Blue like running around on the waterfront? What was he like? The uncensored Blue.
Uncensored Blue was the same way, but it was just in the wrong way. The old Blue, I wanted all my partners to have the stuff. I wanted all the stuff. I wanted my partners to have stuff. I didn't just want to shine. And then I know that it was hard. And sometimes we didn't have nothing. So we had to get out there and make it happen. So I felt like that I had to get out there and make it happen to make sure that my partners where I'm from have something to eat. You know what I'm saying? To make sure that they okay. And then I had partners who made sure I was okay. You know, and everybody played their role and position. And the same thing that we was taught, depending on how focused you were and how disciplined you were, the same thing that I learned from the game, I just learned that, you use them same tactics, but do it for the right. And it's a different kind of feeling.
Put that energy towards something else.
Right.
So towards something better. It's like you said in our last interview we did, you want to give back now because you done took so much away. you know, now you want to give back to the neighborhood, you know, as far as what you did as a youngster and what we did as kids growing up. So all in all, now that the security thing is going on, how did like when you at these concerts and you at these big places, you know what I mean, and you looking around, do you think about like, man, just 1 year ago I was, you know, up in there, or maybe well, let's say before. Okay, I got a question after that. Okay, you just up in there party, you just like, man, you know, just having fun, like that feeling, you know, you just looking around, enjoying the people. You know, does that just make you feel
Man, I swear, like
welcome?
when them feelings come, it just make you just want to praise Yahweh that much more. It just make you want to just thank him so much more that he did that, because I started off with 19 in life. Then when I was in prison, I caught 8 years for a stabbing. And then when I was in there, I caught another 25 to life sentence. And I knew that I was never getting out of prison again.
You
But
knew or you thought?
I knew that. I knew that at that time. I knew that. That's what I thought. But I knew that.
Okay.
But so through all my times and going through the hole and everything, you know, everything that I went through, one day I was in a cell in a shoe. And I was like, man, I'm not getting out. You know, this is what it is. I ain't never punked the game. I ain't never snitch on nobody. I ain't never hate on nobody. I ain't did none of that. Never did none of that. I played 25 to life, and I'm not saying it's in the bragging right. It's just that when I make choices, I always accept responsibility for the choices I make. And a lot of them hurt, because a lot of them, they weren't really wrong, but they was addressed to society to believe they was wrong. Well, they was worse off than they was never worth 25 to life for a piece of drugs or something like that.
Right.
But it's a lot of people in there with 25 to life over a joint in prison.
Right.
You know,
That they need to be letting go now because they got these motherfucking stores on the corner.
right. And but the thing is, like when you put a person in a certain kind of environment, people do whatever they can to survive. It's just your instincts. And people shouldn't be punished for their instincts to survive, to take care of their family. And it should be something else, like giving opportunities, because it's people have great minds. You can sit down there with anybody, probably somebody you just sitting next to right now, and they have this great idea, but they don't have the resources to get to it, or they don't know what to do with it. And that's all of us, man. We powerful. Black people was powerful, man. So we just got to be able to find the resources, and resources. That's what we got to do. Continue to do the resources and continue to uplift each other, and stop hating each other, and stop looking for reasons to hate each other. And the energy that a lot of people is pouring in hate, pour it in love, and watch how much love come back to you.
True that. 100%, 100%. I congratulate you on all that. You know what I mean? But I want to talk about the life in behind them walls. You know, all them years. You know, waking up, dealing with these different dudes. You know, what like for the youngsters, for you youngsters out there that's chasing these nightmares. You know what I mean? That don't believe it's real. That don't believe. You know what I mean? Like, see, that's what I want you to tell. Like, what, like, let these
All right, I'll give
dudes.
you a prime example. I went to the county jail. I was 21 years old. I went to prison. I was in prison in 22. I opened up a prison I was expressing to y'all early, which was Salinas Valley State Prison, which was the most violent prison in California, and a prison that I can't even give a number of how many people I seen get stabbed up less than 50 times when they get stabbed up. Like they used to call it Little Beirut, and it was a violent place. It was a real violent place. So when I get there, though, a youngster, I don't know nothing. You know, it was a day room. It's a day room, whatever, where maybe 25, 30 people hang out in a day room. You got the gun tower there, a guy with a gun, a mini 14, and a couple black guns. And, You got different race, the Southerners, the Northerners, the different gangs, the Kumi, Crips, Jama. You got all these different entities going on. And no matter what, you don't got no problem with nobody. You ain't did nothing to nobody. You ain't a part of nothing. You ain't got doing anything. But this brother over here, you don't know this brother from a can of paint. He from Los Angeles. He could be from New York, anywhere. But the mere fact that he's black, he's chose a decision. The decision was made for him because he was black. So as a youngster, I was there. I went to my first day room. I was happy to get out the cell. And when I got out the cell, you know, it was this Mexican dude just walking around with his chest in his air, and like he was real arrogant, you know. And I had already told myself like I wasn't no punk on the street. So when I get to prison, I'm not gonna fold up. I'm gonna be that much harder when I get to prison. That's what I told myself. I said I'm not gonna go to prison and then switch up.
Right.
So I took on another thought, you know. I took on that thought.
Right.
But at the same time, I didn't want these problems because these was some grown man business, and I was still a young boy, to be honest with you. You know what I mean? So you know, so what happens is the OG, he like, you know, it was an OG took a shower, and the Mexican dude, after he took a shower, said that the OG had stole a half a bar of soap that he had left when he was in the shower first. So it's an issue on the yard now. It's an issue in the building.
Excuse me, one time. Over a half a bar of soap. All right, let's go.
So they get at an OG that was from the Bay Area, from San Mateo, who taught me the law, dude named Cleveland Scott. That's another story. Big, good brother. Taught me the law. But anyway, so they get at him because he was older. They knew he knew the ropes or whatever. And he was a good older brother. So he came from the streets, even though he had did a lot of time in and out with, you know, but he was a good dude. So he was like, okay, tried to deal with the situation. And then, but the essay was like, he was like, we give the essay a fresh bar of soap.
Yeah.
We give him a fresh bar of soap. So we went and brought him a fresh bar of soap. But the Mexican said, no, he wanted half a bar of soap that he left in the shower. So the brother said he never took the soap. The brother's like, I don't know what he's talking about. I never took no soap.
So he just wanted issues anyway. He was just on something.
No, that's what I thought, right? Because he was walking around. But what happened was, so we all locked up. So we had to come out to chow in the morning time.
Yeah. So
when we came out to the chow hall, I mean, we was getting ready to come out our cells, because when the cells open up, the doors slide. And when you know what I'm saying, you behind folk, you in concrete in 2 beds. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's your life for the next forever. Okay? That's your life.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You dying that's where you gonna die at, bro.
Right.
You know? That's your life. So, you know, so the brother come out, whatever the situation is, the Mexican stabbed the brother 60 times. So when he stabbed him, now we got to fight. We got to fight now. We fight or death. You know what I'm saying? We learn people make prison knives. Okay, why wouldn't you have a prison knife if this is your environment every day for the rest of your life?
Right.
This is your environment. It's not the right thing to do. I don't condone it, but this is what you live in. This is where you living at.
Right. I got to live around these crazy motherfuckers. So it's either me or them. So,
and what made it even worse than that, bruh, is the police come, they get the brother, take him up out of there, and as the brother is he's in the you know, the thing, they carry him up out of there. He say, hey, fuck you motherfuckers. That's why I took your soap. So now it's like everybody done got an award that was in that building. Everybody done started hitting. You feel me? So all the people that got hit, they come and band them to get it back out there, and they put you back in your cell.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? And some instances, they'll pour water on the bucket. Like they'll take the water in the bucket and pour it in there. You ain't getting no medical. You getting back in the building. You going back in your cell. But whatever the case was, because of that, a war continued on for a year. And we never got to come out. We didn't never get to go to. So we were stuck in the cell for a year. No movement, nothing.
Wow. And the brother really did steal
the soap. But so that's what it be. Everything, it's never really been nothing ever big why it be war there. And it's always war. I guarantee you it's war right now.
But that's just going back to the state of fact that for you youngsters out here chasing them nightmares, them are some of the things that you're gonna have to deal with, regardless if you want to or not. You might be the person, you know, that just so happened to pick the soap up. But you know what I mean? Over something small like that can get you stabbed over 50 times. And that's something you deal with. You know what I mean? And not that you probably want to talk about it. So what happened with the situation to where you had to get out?
I had to get down there too, but I get into that. But before it took a year to get over with. But what the police do, what was the rules is every day they'll let the top tier out and let them hit, and then put them right back in the cell, and then they'll go and pick a cell, and they'll keep going around the yard over and over and over. So we're fighting every day because we on some pride stuff.
Right.
Over the half a bar soap. Now for me, when I caught my sticking, what happened was we was on a football field playing. It was the Bay Area versus the Crips, and they threw. It was no more time left. We were just playing for popcorn and a soda can. Okay, and not that people in there like we could, but you know, it's pride. Everything in there is like pride on steroids, bro. You know what I'm saying? So they threw the ball. I caught it. The last play, the time was up. It was 3 seconds left. I caught an interception and I ran it back and we won. So they was trying to say the time was up. They supposed to win, whatever. For some reason, I don't know why, but a little buff dude from the Bay, Dollarino, y'all might know him from Lakeview. Buff, you know what I'm saying, Ryder. It's a big old Crip dude from the 60s, Steve. Big. Little brother just want to fire on him because he talking about it. So now the Bay and the Crips is fighting now on the yard over nothing really.
Right.
You
over
know?
A football game.
But that ain't why that. So when that happens, the alarm go off on the yard. When the alarm goes off, the police is all the yards is running down there. Everybody got to get down on the ground fast. Get down. If you move, they go shoot, bro.
Right.
If you on the ground and you move at that time, they shooting. No warning shots over the thing, bro. That's what it is.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So then the police come up in there, but sometimes people move. We don't get like people just, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes depends on what the situation is.
Right.
So sometimes we go against that and we be willing to die. That's what it is.
Right.
So at the end of the day, like so what happened was I went into the building after the police did the yard down. When I went into the building, the police stripped me out butt naked. You got to get butt naked, cough 3 times, spin around. You got to do that.
Right.
That's a daily part of your life too. Add that to your life. You could be having your worst day, but you go bend over and squat 3 times. I don't give a damn who you is if you want to get out that cell.
Exactly. You're going to do that.
You know what I'm saying? But so I had to get stripped out and go in the building. When I go in the building, I had a dude from Lakeview with me. And he was a little youngster, like, you know what I'm saying? He was big. So we just came out there. He knew it was on with the Bay and the Crips. So we went to one of my homies, one of my homies' cells, and to talk to him and let him know what was going on. But he left.
Mm-hmm.
He left. So I went up there. While I was talking to him, I heard an alarm go off. I heard a doo. So I looked, and he was getting stabbed. He got stabbed maybe 10, 15 times. And I ran up there and started trying to fight to help him because they was all over him. It was maybe 20 of them all over. I was trying to help get to him.
Right.
And so I got over there fighting. One of the dudes had a knife. I took the knife from him. I didn't even stab him with the knife. I punched him. But because I had a knife, he had a scratch on his face. They said that he got stabbed, but he never got stabbed. He was never. So
that's how you got to stab.
They start shooting at us. We had to prone out, get in. We proned out, and they got us up out of there.
Huh. All over a football game. So you youngsters, I'm telling you, it gets wicked, man. It gets wicked. So, man, after all that time, when was the time when you finally knew you was coming home? Like after you did all your paperwork, you know, because I know at some point you was like, man, I'm finna do this appeal, and you know, when did that take place?
I had fought my whole life to come home because I felt like my conviction was unjust.
Right.
And I knew wholeheartedly it was unjust. So I fought. So in the months of that hellhole, I was going to the law library. I was getting trade certificates. I was trying to do everything that I can with hope that one day that would count that matter. Even in the midst of all of them things, that I was trying to do my best
to get home.
To get home.
Right.
And
when you made it.
I made it here. I'm here. We
you
out here. We outside, man.
You know what I mean? And that's a good thing. But to the youngsters, once again, I don't think it's gravy because it was a hellhole getting to that point. So after how many years you did in prison, and then you finally got that time, you was like, boom, that day when you woke up or whatever, went to court or whatever. Where did that take place?
In the Alameda County Superior Court.
So
I got to give it up too. I got to get this up. There's a judge in Alameda County named Judge Jacobson, and my attorney, my public defender. I didn't have a paid attorney. I had a public defender, Brian Bloom. That whole courtroom, the district attorney, I promise you, man, it was never like, I've never been in a courtroom like that, and I've been around many courtrooms.
Right.
They really was like trying to seek justice in every situation and everything about it. And they fought hard on making their decisions. And we know that they gave us our life back, and they gave us an opportunity to get to live again. And we also know that it's other people that's behind us that don't have that chance. And we're down there that only hope that they get a chance to come home again.
Wow.
And even for you youngsters, like the chaos that's going on out there, you hurting your folks. You hurting your folks in prison. Your partners that's just like you, that did what you did or doing what you doing, that just want to come home. By continue the same things that they did, call them, or when they call you, collect. Tell them, turn the music off and all that, and have a one-on-one with your partner that you really love that's in there, or your family member, or your brother. And see how they really feel. And then think about how you feel that because they gone. And that all that happened is just from a mindset that we all been tricked into, that we not each other enemies, man.
We not. We totally not, you know. But that's how they portray it to be for us. You know what I mean? And that's how they set us up to make us think that we are enemies. Because, you know, when we, like I say, when we was growing up, because I think I went down before y'all.
You did.
Yeah, I think I went down before y'all, you know, and we was on our way, you know. And like you say, thank God, you know what I mean? I didn't have to do all that time, you know what I mean? And I salute you because I know you was solid, but you know what I mean? And it's like, welcome back, you know. What's next for Blue? And where do he stands in, you know, as far as what he did in life?
I just registered in school. I'm gonna be going to Hayward State University. I'm gonna get my law degree. That's what I'm next. But amongst that, I'm boots to the ground for the people, man. Helping, feeding, clothing, doing whatever I can.